Here's my audience. 1, 2, 3 nice ladies that came over. Lindsay, your hands are in the video, but that's so I can't leave. You can go backwards, but don't go forwards. Right? Yeah. Okay, so artificial sweeteners are now health foods. Let's discuss. Did you know that the average American consumes 20 teaspoons of sugar per day, or 3 cups of sugar in a week, which is 78 pounds of sugar in a year? That's nearly double what the American Heart Association recommends. They recommend that women have no more than 6 teaspoons of sugar in a day, and men no more than 9. In an attempt to combat this, many Americans are choosing to replace sugar with artificial sweeteners. But artificial sweeteners are not a better option than sugar, and they may have more health risks. This topic is important to me because as a young adult, I was looking to start a family, and I was told by my doctor that I was pre-diabetic. And this shocked and scared me. I was told that I needed to lose a significant amount of weight or that I would have a very high-risk pregnancy. Now, the diabetes part was the scariest part for me because I've lost a lot of family members to diabetes. Most recently, my cousin Dustin, when he was 33 years old. And that is just too young. So this scared me so much, I decided to cut sugar completely out of my diet. And I tried artificial sweeteners there for a minute, but they were just too sweet. It was just too intense for me. And so I changed my diet to a completely healthy diet, and with working out every single day, I was able to drop 50 pounds in 6 months. So this experience taught me just how much sugar is in the American diet and where you can avoid it. To share that knowledge, today we will look at, first, how added sugars and artificial sweeteners are everywhere on the American diet. Second, how artificial sweeteners increase health risks and they contribute to the obesity crisis. And third, how regular sugar is a better choice than artificial sweeteners. Let's start with how much sugar the average American consumes. Added sugars are everywhere in the American diet. They're hard to avoid unless you know what to look for and where to look. Drinks are the leading source of artificial sweeteners, or Drinks are the leading source of added sugars. So fruit juices, coffee drinks, and sodas are the most popular sweetened drinks. And even though diet soda sales have fallen for the last decade, still about 20% of all American consumers over the age of 2 consume a diet soda drink daily. That's according to the Center for Disease Control. Also according to the Center for Disease Control is that 49% of American adults and 63% of American children are drinking sugar-sweetened drinks daily. That one full 12-ounce soda has between 9 and 11 teaspoons of sugar. That is almost double what the American Heart Association recommends for women, and about 1.5 times is what they recommend for men in one drink. Artificial sweeteners and added sugars are everywhere. In a 2012 study published in the Journal of Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, this includes 75% of all packaged and processed foods. Yogurts, ketchup, barbecue and spaghetti sauce, salad dressing, granola, protein and cereal bars, soups, canned fruits, canned beans, and cereal are the worst offenders for added sugar. And these added sugars show up on labels in many different names, like agave, brown sugar, cane juice, cane sugar, coconut palm sugar, evaporated cane juice, fruit juice concentrates, honey, brown rice syrup, maple syrup, and high fructose corn syrup. Artificial sweeteners show up in packaged foods in unlikely places, like breads, Pedialites, light yogurts, diet or light drinks, fat-free foods, reduced low-carb items, and low or no sugar items because that artificial sweetener is sweeter tasting than sugar. So now we've talked about where sugars and artificial sweeteners are found in processed foods. Let's consider the risks associated with those artificial sweeteners. Daily consumption of a single artificially sweetened drink increases health risks. A North Manhattan study found that the daily consumption of diet drinks increases the risk of vascular events like blood clots and strokes. And if you drink 2 or more artificially sweetened drinks per day, you're significantly increasing your risk. In an 8-year study from the Women's Health Initiative Observational Study, they showed that drinking 2 or more diet drinks significantly increases the risk of heart disease in women. And a 20-year Nurses' Health Study found that women who drink more than 2 servings of diet soda a day doubled their risk for kidney decline in women, for a total of 30% greater reduction in kidney function. Consumption of diet soda also increases the risk of dementia and obesity. And the Framingham Heart Study found that over the course of 10 years, artificially sweetened soft drink consumption was associated with that increased risk of stroke and dementia. And artificial sweeteners can also cause calorie confusion, and that leads to obesity. So artificial sweeteners are designed to trick the body by providing a sweet experience with 0 calories. And this trick not only tastes sweet, but it also conditions the body to want more foods, which can lead to more consumption and possibly obesity. So we've talked about where sugar and artificial sweeteners are in the American diet and the increased health risks from the daily consumption of artificially sweetened drinks. But now let's consider how sugar is the better choice. Real sugar, in moderation, is better for you. Naturally occurring sugars are in whole foods like yogurts, fruits, and milk, and these whole foods offer many benefits like calcium, magnesium, potassium, and fibers. And these additional benefits and the fact that the amount of sugars in these whole foods fall within the recommendation of the American Heart Association means that these are not foods to be avoided. One place that you should watch your consumption of natural sugars is in fruit juice. Even when there's no added sugar in the juice, the amount of sugar per serving is often more than the amount in your daily recommendation. Take, for instance, an 8-ounce glass of orange juice. That orange juice has about 23 grams of sugar in it, while a single orange only has about 7. So that single glass of juice is an entire day's serving of sugar for a woman. Avoid that juice and choose an orange instead. Real sugar does not increase the risk of heart disease, dementia, strokes, or decrease in kidney function. And while the researchers were studying those artificial sweeteners, they used the real sugars as a control. And in all the studies I previously mentioned, they found no increased risk for regular sugar. The body is conditioned to process sugar. Artificial sweeteners confuse the brain and signal for more consumption, especially more consumption of sweetened foods. So you see, artificial sweeteners are no better than sugar and may actually provide more health risks. Naturally occurring sugars are a safer option for everyone, including those who need to watch their intake closely, like diabetics. Instead of artificial sweeteners, choosing items that have been sweetened with naturally occurring sugar, like in fruit juice, is the safer choice. Americans consume entirely too much sugar in their diet, and substituting sugar for artificial sweetener is not a better choice. Added sugar is found in nearly every processed food, and where it isn't added, likely an artificial sweetener has been added in its place. These so-called diet foods, which use artificial sweetener, can lead to calorie confusion and cause the body to want more food, and consumption of more than one diet drink per day can lead to an increased risk of serious health conditions like stroke, heart disease, or dementia. In summary, the overconsumption of sugar-sweetened or artificially sweetened drinks and foods is contributing to the obesity crisis in America. The Center for Disease Control states that 39% of Americans are not only overweight, but they are obese. And among other factors, sugar is a leading contributor. While obesity provides its own health risks, choosing artificially sweetened foods and drinks may actually increase the risk for other health conditions. The best choice is to avoid sweetened foods and drinks as much as possible and try to stay within that American Heart Association's recommendation for sugar consumption for your optimal health. Next time you're craving something sweet, try replacing that sweetened drink with a piece of fruit instead. I'll show my audience again. Thank you ladies very much for joining me. She's still here, and she's still here, and she's still here.